Yo, what's happening, good people? Good to see you all. Forgot to do this last week. First and the thirds. Jump right in the chat. First one in is Brother Timmy, unsubscribing. Sorry, my friend. Been a little busy this week. Up at the crack ass of dawn today. Didn't have my afternoon coffee, so I'm having coffee now. Part of my reach, but I got a warmer over here. I don't know how well it works because that mug is so friggin' huge. Tom, what's up, brother? Good to see you again. Zach Dong in the house. What's up, brother? Always a pleasure. John Dotson. Hello, sir. Submitted some cool picks last week. I got some in this week, but normally I do Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is usually the cutoff for the week, just because rushing around, and this week was actually even more of a pain in the ass. So, Mike Theater has sent in some picks. We'll have them up next week. Earl P, good to see you again. Always a pleasure. BCG 5150, National Guitar Day. That is right. Robbie F, good to see you. Actually, I didn't even get to. I can now see your avatar is bigger. I mean, I could just go to the channel and see it too, but very nice. Like the little glow up. Linda, good to see you. Hope all's well with you too. Hey, Dave. And I'm using my left hand over here, so I'm finally getting able to grip stuff again. I tried to practice a little bit yesterday in Ubi's live stream, and it wasn't so good. But if you don't know what that's about, actually, this is a perfect time to chuck this up here. I think I showed pictures of it, or just told everybody in the Discord. I had sliced my finger with a box cutter down to the bone, and it was so like curved around that when I bent the finger this way, like it would open up like a mouth. So I just globbed a whole bunch of Neosporin on it and a Band-Aid, because I think an urgent care down here is $150. So, especially being that we needed to work on our HVAC system, cost us a pretty penny. I wasn't going to spend $150 for a finger. I would just chop it off and get one of those little things that Tony Iommi uses. But yeah, you might as well check out the Discord over here. Hey, it's Steve. Steve's there, and Steve's here. Good to see you again. Brian Phelps in the house. What's up, brother? Guitar Pahab, good to see you, man. Yeah, Chris, I completely forgot, because I'm like, I didn't type in the episode this week. I completely forgot. I'm like, did he do the math? And because I even forgot that last week was 6-7. So this week is episode 68. Recovering from bad flu. Oh, man. Sucks you had to go back to work, too. Take care of yourself, man. Jeremy's in the house. What's up, brother? Hey, Rob. Good to see you. Yeah, so I'll hopefully finally be able to get to do a little noodling on the Jackson. Get that video shot so I can get it off to the winner. But that slowed me down a bit. I don't want to get blood on the new guitar. Hey, Jim, good to see you. Hope all is well. And for all of you out there, I did not know this because I know some other people have been having issues recently with Sweetwater QC, or their 55-point check, whatever like that. It's only on guitars $400 or more now. It used to be 300. I thought they would do it on all, and my rep was like, "Don't get me started on it," because he thinks that it should be done on all too. But the Jackson had so much backbone in it that the strings were mashed up against the fretboard, so you couldn't even play it. The sharp frets, that wouldn't be probably anything done on the guitar itself. But just so you know, if you're buying from in the future, and you have like a tuner that needs to be tightened down or an output jack that's loose, it wasn't that it didn't get missed in examination. It just doesn't get examined at that price point. Hey, Keith, good to see you. Oh, there he is. Hey, Jason, good to see you. Jason's submissions will be in next week's. There we go. We got to the giftings. We got Bill Top, Rocket Surgeon, Bigfoot and the Bunny. I mean, that's a pretty cool. Bigfoot and the Bunny. If you're out there, we need to see you on more live streams, because that's just it's like a Smokey and the Bandit. G. Waitia, Raven 4442. Brian Phelps, a win. What did I miss that Brian won? I don't know. Scroll back up a little bit. I didn't see it. Yo, Mark Spurgeon, good to see you again. Yeah, mug is friggin' huge. I mean, this is a regular size mug that you would have in your house. I mean, it literally fits. Like, the picture is Steve is bigger than the mug here. That's Chris for my Still Want to Be a Rock Star. Got to catch up on his stuff. Just like a lot of you guys' stuffs. Dwight, good to see you, man. Art Paxton, good to see you too, my friend. Hope all is well with you. Hey, Marcel, good to see you. Steve Reeser, what's up, brother? Jade Guitars, what's up, man? Goats on the Roof. How am I 7 minutes behind the chat? This is amazing. Yo, TSA, what's up, brother? I must have just got to the part where I was talking about my finger. Yeah, I mean, I, for a quick second, contemplated going to the ER. That's how bad it was. Like, I was, and actually, the ironically thing too, if you haven't seen the Phil McKnight video yet, I was going from, so I went and picked that up, but I had a whole bunch of cardboard boxes for recycling in the back of my bed. So I take all of them out and put them in my cab. So I'm sitting there trying to, cut all the boxes, do the right thing instead of just throwing them in the recycling bin, because this is break them down. And I was slicing with the box and hardcore. Super glue works. That is definitely a thing you could do quick on the fly. I mean, I wouldn't suggest it to anybody myself because you um, definitely introduce some chemicals into you. Yeah, I mean, everything else is covered. Actually, do I have my? I should have checked ahead of time, but it's because my my particular situation is that I'm a New York based medical plan. Oh, damn. I'm stupid. It's $25 for an urgent care. Crap. I'll be right back. It's already healed up anyway. Actually, I mean I need to get glasses actually because a ER visit's $150. I'll have to make a mental note of that next time. But yeah, so sometimes my stuff gets a little messed up down here. Yeah. I do have the one in my garage too, but when I do the deep down dives, even though I kind of just show the clips of it now, I used to set up a folding table out there. So now, I mean, I would have a rollout cart thing that had all the tools in it. I would take everything out and set up the table. Then when I was done, take it down, break it down, and stuff like that. So now I can do everything right here. I have like 3 drawers that all the tools are in there that I possibly need. So it actually will probably save some time and also make me slightly more organized. I have nothing to say negative about Sweetwater. I mean, they're still good. I mean, um, no complaints about them. We actually got our next guitar from there too. Hey, 2 yards. What's up, man? Only cause I know the next Patreon is gonna grab this guitar, and we're nowhere near paid off. And the Patreon guitar giveaways are completely separate. That's through the tiers, which thank to all so much for that are Patreons. Um, I feel like if you were to grab a Firefly over the next guitar, I would have to ask you for a psychological exam first. Because the funny thing is, I have to pull it up in a little bit because I didn't load them in tonight. Um, my my guitar teacher has just got the same guitar. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Yes, congratulations. I forgot that I told him that pick another Brian. But I wanted them to spin the wheel anyway. I wanted to be like in the Wheel of Fortune. I wanted to be like the square that if it was me, it would go to the next person. So it was like it would give the next person. I don't know. And I didn't get to see it, so I don't know if that's the way they did it. But I would have wanted the next person next to me to get it. So yeah, I mean, I normally have like 3 or 4 cups of coffee a day, but if I had 3 or 4 cups that big, then yeah, my heart would probably would explode. The Spark the 40 doesn't support using the Air Step and the app at the same time, unless I have a. Well, why don't you have an iPhone? You're one of those. Thank you, ma'am. Scrolling through. Sorry if I missed anybody. Yo, Sean, what's up, man? Good to see you. Yo, there he is. Good to see you, Steve. About Steve Cassidy live stream tomorrow. Also, Sean plays guitar, which I'll have to make sure that I'm at home so I could do the double stream thing. Last Thursday, I was driving, and I don't know, I couldn't get onto Sean's for some reason. Because the first Thursday of the month, we always meet up in the next town over. A bunch of, I'm actually the youngest, shockingly, retired firefighter from New York City that's down here. We all meet up for lunch. So they feel like telling me old war stories. And I just sit there and listen because they're my elders. Yeah, it is kind of funny. I mean, I guess New York Medical is kind of everywhere. But we just actually recently switched plans that it actually worked. Before, it didn't work down here at all. And being that it works a little bit down here, my wife can't cover me anymore. Her the way, I guess, the Obamacare thing or whatever, and this isn't to get political, and I have to apologize for that too later, but is that you don't have to, like, you used to have secondaries. Like, my wife used to be my secondary and I used to be her secondary, but they wouldn't allow me to be a secondary on the insurance if I could show proof that I could get some sort of medical coverage down here. So now that I can't be on her insurance anymore. So, hey, Jack, good to see you. Oh, damn. I hate that. I actually have, so my right foot, the tendon that goes, so I gotta show it this way. The tendon that goes across here, that I guess helps with that motion. I snapped that years ago, and I just never got it fixed. The doctor told me that if I did get it fixed, if I had like this much rotation, I would probably be like that. Like, if I was, so I mean, obviously walking it'd be flat, but it would never be the what it is now. So I took him for what it's worth because he worked on all the Yankees and the Jets. But the funny thing is, I don't think the Yankees have won since he's been working on them. So maybe I should have got a second opinion. Hey, Salty, good to see you. It's the Schecter. I forget. I'll have to pull it up in a little bit. Hey, Chris, good to see you. I mean, the only reason why I do that, and I mean, you have to take it for what it's worth. This one, the one that we do, which we'll do later too, in EV Mux, spoiler alert, or at least things that people see and know. So, I mean, I guess I could recreate the wheel of names and fix it, but there's only so much I could do to prove that it's not rigged. So, but it would be kind of cool to have something different. Yeah, it's definitely something you don't want to ingest, eat, or put into your body. But I don't use a fan when I solder, and my old firefighting turnout gear had all that bad chemical stuff that the DuPont dumped down the rivers years ago. So that's probably the most healthiest thing that I've absorbed. Yo, Jimmy, what's up, man? Good to see you. Hey, Mike, you're not late because it took me that long just to get through the introductions. No duck races. Nope. That's a whole totally on a lamb. And I heard the lamb will be back this month sometime for some sort of charity thing, but uh, I understand he's not, fully motivated, as YouTube isn't giving him the love that he definitely deserves. Oh, nice. You think your adder was the weakest. We'll see. And some of the best parts is those ads. Cool. And we're all caught up. Alrighty. So, yeah, what do we got this? Oh, thank you so much.
Tummy likey. Tummy want wingy.
It certainly has become a quite the pit of buying, and man, just did the taxes this year, and glad the what I spent went over the missus head. Well, I'm like, I hope she doesn't put two and two together, because that was a car, a nice car. Yeah. So what's coming up on the channel? Unfortunately, I'll be boring you tomorrow with a amp video, tiny little amp, the part 2 of the commission from Newbie. And then Saturday will probably be the Jet video. Sometime next week will be the Jackson video. And then have some in-ear monitors, which don't know how I'm really gonna demo them so well, but gonna do it anyway. Then I have a whole bunch of guitars. That's gonna be the issue this year. Is the next tax season won't be too well because everything was really purchased last year. So I think I have enough content for the rest of the year, and I have some stuff to unbox tonight. So I definitely have no short order of content, whether it'll actually be good content or not good content, because my Phil McKnight video, I guess, wasn't all that great, but at least one person, but thought it was funny. So, but let me see if I can pull up my picks, because this where are photos? Here they are. Now I gotta share this. I don't know why the super. I just noticed the super chat thing stays up, and it doesn't go back down. Let's see. Okay, TR, good to see you. Does that reset it after? Do we have to acknowledge something else? Yeah, I guess that's it. So that's nice. It leaves it up there for a while. I apologize because like I never knew that on EV Mux. It's up there for like 5 seconds, and if I don't grab it, it's gone, and it's really hard to find it. So I guess you learn something new every day. Let's see now. So add, share screen. Gotta go to share. So I didn't have time to actually upload these individually, but this is the next Patreon only guitar giveaway. And I'm going to hate this one because I definitely don't need it, but I have a feeling that this thing is going to be a beast. So you go back to last week's live stream and see who voted. Oh, and I can't enlarge them because it opens up into a new window, but hopefully you could see that from here. If not, just go check out the Schecter. It's just under the threshold. It was $9.99, so it's the most expensive Patreon guitar we've given away too. But 24 fret. My my guitar teacher was raving about it when he got it. I didn't even know that this was the guitar until I logged into a Zoom call with him last week. So I saw that. I'm like, hey, wait a minute, that's the guitar that everybody just voted on to get. So that's pretty cool. I have a whole bunch of pedals to do too, because we definitely have to do a couple pedal Patreons. I don't think they've ever told me to slow down. I think they still kind of like that I still use them occasionally, because they know that I'm hooked up with the Zounds and I got the Zounds affiliate links and all that good stuff. But I strictly went on this because I was able to get 36-month financing on this one. And being that it's beginning very early on in the year, obviously there's not much in the Patreon coffers. The Zounds only had 18 months. So, I mean, either way, it would be paid off within the year. But in case I needed that little extra security blanket. Also, we gave the option in the Discord, and it was a small consensus, but I think we could safely say that an SG is the next super chat thingamabobber giveaway. And we'll go to that one first. But thank you to all these wonderful people. Whichever SG we grab, we're already $105 towards the next one. We have Roy Gaber ×2, CD Nelson, the Ubi ×2, Robert Cron, Dastardly Dave, Muddy H2O, Keith Melendez, For the Love of Guitars, Steve Gunner, 2 Yards, 3J Music, Ted Talks Guitar, BCG 5150, Tom F, Steve Cassidy Guitars, and Jupe 5000. All of you awesome people donated last week when we were already didn't even have a guitar in sight yet. And the other one was already paid off that we gave away. And these are some of those Patreons that are in the running for whenever we do the Patreon guitar. Brent Yeager, Casey Lee, David Chesnoff, the Ubies, Sam Whistle, Tim the Tooth, Marshall Teeth, 13 Souls, Chris Jameson, Chris Nelson, David Leslie, Rob F., Steve Gunner, Tom, Puppy Badass, Robert Cron, Keith Melendez, Vinny's World, Brother R., Ed Nugent, Strings and Pucks, Brian Phelps, Grandpa Joe, John Dotson, and Robert Cron. Get back up over here. So appreciate you all so much for your support. Yeah, I mean the fretboard ain't too bad. What was this? Thank you, man.
Tummy likey. Tummy want wingy.
Oh, man. You guys are awesome. Yeah, the fretboard, I mean, definitely after getting the Firefly acoustic with the fancy, like, I don't think there's really too many fretboards that aren't, because I still, like, that one's too crazy. That one's not terrible. The only thing I really don't like about those ones so much is that I think there's fret markers on the side, but when you're looking at it from the front, you got to know like what's part of the vine is the third, the fifth, the seventh, and ninth, all that good stuff. So Yeah, I think it's the C1 exotic wood, I think it's called. Here's my mailing address. Oh, dang. Thank you so much, dude.
Thank you for your patronage.
The Force will be with you. Always.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, so I was looking to see maybe if oh, there he is, brother. Thank you so much. I don't even know where we're gonna get
Holy
yet.
Santa Claus shit.
I don't know, man. I was banging 7-gram rocks and finishing them because that's how I roll. I have one speed, I have one gear. Go.
I don't even know what we're really gonna buy yet. I know an Epiphone was tossed around. I know there's a drop coming soon with Firefly. I think that might be a cool one if they had SGs in it, because I'd be curious to see their quality of their SGs. Thank you so much.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Yeah, definitely. You guys get crushed in the markup. The I don't know why Sweetwater ain't let me in. Yeah, you guys get crushed in the import and the customs duties and all that good stuff, and the conversion factor of the U.S. dollar to Canadian. So that's why it was actually cheaper for me to send that Gretsch than it was to order one, because the Gretsch was $5.99.99, where ordering it from Amazon Canada was I think I said it was $8.74 without shipping. So yeah, but this one's $9.99, and you guys always pick them too. So like, I always say go big or go home. But thankfully, you've all just voted with what you really wanted to see, and we've had some decent guitars. Still have spent more than what I brought in, but question: how often do I change string? Oh, you know what? Damn, that reminds me, I didn't clip the Patreon questions. Oh, where were you, Roy, at 2 o'clock in the afternoon? I'll just I might be able to share them on the screen. Sorry, it's been a crazy last 2 days, like trying to keep our dogs entertained. That's actually a good rule of thumb, every 20 hours of playing. So then that guitar I'll change in 3 years, that guitar I'll change in 4 years, that guitar I'll change my next of kin will change that guitar. Yeah, so and I was just saying our HVAC broke down and had it repaired, but and it seems kind of silly to pay someone to paint some rooms in our house, but my father raised a smart man, and I said to my wife, I'll do it. I'll paint it. I'd rather save the money and do it myself. And then she said something to the effect of, it better not take 6 days. So then I knew the writing was on the wall that I don't want to hear I told you so. So I got ahead of the I told you so and said, go get a price. And she got a price from one of our neighbors, had somebody do it. And it was actually really cheap, only because I know that I worked on with a painter when I first got on the fire department as like extra cash because I wasn't making any money. And I would have made myself personally working with that guy in 2 days as much as they charge down here. So I felt bad. I mean, it's good to help other people out, but I didn't, because I knew it would take me 6 days because I would have to work around the dog. So I figured I'll do it. And this is all totally not guitar related. So everybody's probably leaving right now. But it's a good life lesson for any younger people out there that aren't married yet. Get ahead of the I told you so. So for me personally, I would have to do it in like 5 or 6 days because I'd only be able to do a little bit of time working around the dogs. Well, instead, we basically were outside all day yesterday. Thankfully, it was in the 60s with the dogs, trying to keep them away from the windows or anything like that, seeing that there's people in the house painting. Today, had to keep them in the garage. So I felt like that if we ever got into a fight over the dogs being so hard to handle, be like, well, you know what? That's on you because you wanted to do it now. So that's also what the told some people in other streams. I called the fire department 2 weeks ago. The fireman calling the fire department. That was also getting ahead of a I told you so. 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was cooking dinner, and after I got done, in one corner of the house, you could smell gas. Now, there's only 3 places where there's, well, technically 4. There's a lantern outside, fireplace, which never goes on, the stove, and our hot water, our constant air, our tankless water heater have gas. That's it. There's no water traps, so you don't get the sewer smell, which is another sign of it. So I kept on going in and out of the house for like 10, 15 minutes. I couldn't smell gas for nothing. But I didn't want my house to explode. Didn't want to find out something later. So I'm like, I really felt bad at first, like calling the fire department. And then I remembered, hey, I mean, they're all worth their weight in gold. But I remembered that the one like house here would go on as many calls in an entire year, the whole house, 365, as I would have gone personally working. So I was like, you know what? They probably wouldn't mind getting out and coming in for a call. So they came, used their meters, and didn't find anything. So, but 2 or 3 days later, if I had done that and not called them, and someone came in, your house smells like gas, I would have gotten the I told you so. So, life lessons, deep thoughts by Jack Handy. And I am 10 minutes behind, and I'm sure everybody has left. I think we were at a high of 50 at one point, now I'm down to 39. Yo, Matt, what's up, man? Good to see you. Ooh, I hope my wife's not looking for the TV remote. Constantly have TV remotes in my pocket because the little brown bastard. If you leave anything, he's like a klepto. Like if you were to leave, like if this was my iPod case or like my cheap JBL case, if I put the remote down here somewhere, he goes for that. But then you grab that, he instantly remembered that you put this down 3 days ago over here. He goes for that, and then he grabs it, and then he terrorizes you with that too. So I'll be at the grocery store with the TV remote in my pocket. Sometimes I forgot my wallet because I think I have my wallet and I have the TV remote instead. Yeah, that's the one I probably will get. I think the Epiphone would probably be better. I mean, the Firefly actually I think would be better. I mean, nobody really knows what all these guitars are going to be like in 10, 15 years, if they're going to fall apart because they're cheap wood and stuff like that. But I know I've had an argument with with somebody, but I have an Epiphone that I think costs $5.99 right here, and it's just as good as the Firefly that cost me $1.99. And I'm not saying that, like, I mean, hey, you know what? If you have the ability to, I always say support people over anything. You know, like Firefly is great, but like Epiphone, you're supporting a factory, a whole bunch of people. I know I've said this a million times, so I'm not going to go over it again. So if you can, go for that. But if your ultimate goal someday is to get in a Gibson, then get the Firefly. In the meantime, save the $400, $600, $700, put that in the bank, and just wait until you get the Gibson if that's your ultimate goal. So, but I probably will go for the Epiphone. It'll also just be a better video too. It does catch up quick. I have quite a few things from Zounds that like I get in my email because I bought them all different times. Like your current payment is due, and I get your current payment is due. I'm like, wait a minute, I just got that email. Oh, wait a minute, I have a G&L Comanche still. I have the Gem. I have so yeah. So it is an evil thing. But I think it's better than the credit card because at least you see that coming out of where the credit card could just sit there forever. So, hey, Casey, good to see you, man. Casey's going to be on Brother Ed's live stream on Sunday. Wow. Damn. It was funny too because like I mean I probably got complacent and lazy my last couple of years, but these guys were all bundled up, helmets on, masks, on their backs and everything like that. And I probably would have gotten off with my jacket over my arm, sauntering in without a helmet, and been like with the meter because there's just so many times in New York City that it was BS. I mean, it was funny because my last year I was working in Staten Island, and they would send like one. So you have the one that has the ladder on the top, and they call that a ladder. And then the one that has all the water in it, they call it an engine. They would send one engine and one ladder for like any type of alarm, possibly like cooking food on the stove. When you knew it was serious, you knew that they would send a lot more. They would send like 4 of each type of vehicles and a chief and all that stuff like that. But these guys weren't as, experienced as us guys that, worked in busier areas. But like my last couple of weeks, I wasn't even putting my stuff on anymore. And I would, we'd roll up just, you knew it was going to be BS because there was no additional phone calls, nobody screaming, nobody waving you in, no smoke, no nothing. And I'd be walking up, like in my button-down shirt and pants, and everybody else behind me would be all with their stuff on. So, but these guys were like, I didn't know at first if they knew that like I was in the fire department because I thought they were going to tell me like, hang back, like it's dangerous in there. I'm like, okay, brother. Like, but I started talking to, telling them that I ruled out everything and have no clue. And then they're like, were you on the fire department? I said, yeah. Like, oh, where'd you work? I was like, I was a captain, and the guy's a captain himself, but he's like 90. He wasn't that old, but I look like I'm 12, so I could say that. Yeah, it does suck. I mean, a lot of this, when it is serious, it's usually something that happens that explodes, and that's why everybody panics. We had a guy that was high on meth that ran into the outside of the building of a almost ready to go pet hospital, big, huge place, hit the meter. The meter knocked the gas, ruptured it off. Gas filled into the building, hit an ignition source, and blew the building apart. That thing is completely leveled. It was like a $5 million building that one meth head took down. Supposedly they're building it, rebuilding it. I mean, probably should get that checked out. It usually could be just a pilot light that's not working anymore, but nowadays the stoves don't even have them anymore. They're all electric. They're for those reasons. So, but yeah, I haven't done the video on the Sire L7 yet either. But that's still, I mean, yeah, that one. I think I have in the. That one was a while ago. That's how backed up I am on. I really wish I could bag some of the sponsored content. Because when was that? This is how bad that my order history is that I'm scrolling through it a lot. Yeah, so the next most expensive one was probably the Slash Epiphone Les Paul from our first winner. That was $799. The Sire was $572. Yeah, so thankfully you haven't always gone for the most expensive guitars to purchase, because we definitely haven't made it anywhere close to that. The Comanche was discontinued. I got it for $1769, and that one was I believe 18 months through Zounds. Hey Ted, good to see you. Hey Jace, what's up, brother? Just seen you posted a video probably a couple of days ago about your acoustic pickup, but I haven't been able to catch that yet. So I meant to watch it last night, but thank you, brother. Gas pipes, nope. No gas pipes in the bathroom, no drains, so there won't be any sewer gas. Whoa, dude! I think you
The
stuck
Force
there.
will be with you. Always.
I'm gonna have to PayPal some of that back to you, man. Holy crap! I think I remember that's that story, yeah. Because I think I was watching something on that actually too. You're living on the edge, yeah. Hey, Brent, good to see you, man. Sorry if I missed you before. That's Mr. Scream. He's got to be loud. Hey, man, it's good to see you. Yeah, it must have been loud in the car. Yeah, so yeah, that one I think I gotta turn down a bit, but so cool. Yeah, so this will probably be quick first before I get into last week's thing. first up, the small, Roy, gifting the 10 members. Thank you so much. Be careful with sharp objects. So, this one, the rest of them I kind of think I know what they are. This one I have no clue what it is. I'm cutting towards myself right now. Anyway, so let's see. This is, I don't know if I told, did I might have told some people, I don't know, but finally broke into the Nuix world. 5.8 gigahertz wireless system. And they've actually haven't even seen my video yet, because obviously I have it right here, and they've already reached out for something else. So I don't know if I'm big leaguing it or not, but sorry about that, bonk. But this next one here, I have a good idea of what it is. And the other two have pictures on the box. So, but if this is what I think it is, because I don't know why these people keep on reaching out to me. I mean, I make shitty videos, but I've had like a lot of offers, and yep, this is what it is. This is what I thought. But they sometimes, most times, they don't even tell me they're sending it to me. They just ask, and then it shows up. Oh. Oh. Yeah, the Stretch SGD for the guitar stool with backrest. So I don't know how it's going to look, but I actually am thinking about replacing the chair that I always sit in and using this so you can see more of the backdrop. You can see that there's some lights that are going in the back there now. Oh, thank you, brother.
Tummy likey. Tummy want wingy.
So I think this, if this is sturdy enough, this might be a good contender. And I think this is actually the better one. So what was really cool was they had reached out to me and asked me if I wanted a demo, obviously. And I think this is it, because it looks like it has the contour. I said, yeah, sure. And then they were emailing back and said, right before we were about to send it out to you, we noticed that it was slight damage. And I don't know if they were just talking about this little thing right here, but I mean, it was double boxed anyway. But yeah, I mean, it looks like the better one, because they're like, would you be interested in doing the lesser model, which I think is like $25 less? I'm like, yeah, sure, don't matter to me. But so yeah, so that might be something that'll be a regular on the channel. And the last two I don't have to unbox because they have pictures. And I picked the Stretch, because the things that they offered me, one of them was a saxophone clip-on wireless thing. And I'm like, if you can get me a saxophone, I'll do it. But I don't think they realized that's what it was. It was that, and then a pedal board, an orange pedal board. And I'm like, I forgot that I actually told Nikato that I would do their powered pedal board anyway. But I was like, all these like little pedal boards are the same. So I'll pick that instead. So we have this, which, not this one, but because of this one, we'll be leading into a giveaway tonight. Actually, 3 giveaways. So now you're all going to probably hang out for a while. And then I was hoping that after watching some of the videos that they might have forgot I don't know. Does it have them? Oh, they covered it up, so it's over here. I was hoping that they would have forgot, because some people have had little minor issues with this guitar kit. So, but because of the Legato goodness, I don't know if I have the exact 9-volt cable things, whatever you call them, but we'll be giving away the Joyo Power 2 supply. This is you have to pardon me because it's been a while. So it is how many? 8 9-volt outs at 100 milliamps, a 12-volt at 100, and an 18-volt at 100. So I'm not going to power huge things at those 12 and 18s, but the first place prize is going to be the Legato, and I don't think I have to see if I have any Velcro, but you may just have to go to Home Depot and get yourself some of the grippy side, because you got the nice felty side over here. This old pedal board, I don't need a million pedal boards laying around. So that other one's going to become the demo board. And then third place, sorry again, he's searching for Tone Hat. Ugh, tight quarters over here. All right, so let me jump back in and chat, get all freshed up, and then do the quote-unquote apology tour. We got Marcel LeBlanc, Zach, Cheeseman 2005, Cheese, Michaels 1365, Salty Cream Puff, Steve Reeser, Timmy, Mark Spurgeon, Matt McCollum, Tom F., Boxes interrupts us again. Poor Janice. Yeah, I'm a really big fan of. I mean, I haven't. This is actually the first product I have, but from seeing their quality, seeing other people talk about them. Sorry, Roy, you did not. Brother Ed did. Damn. Gifting again. Well, that's because you get quality sponsors. And not that really any of these brands are bad, but I mean X5, I guess, I don't know. I mean, I guess they see something. Is it also a toilet seat? Yeah, I mean, that would be a although they say you shouldn't crap where you play. Trying to find some magnetic. Here you go, man. I'll send these to you. These were my originals. You see how you like them? I think the sound quality of the DJIs are better, but I was keeping these for whatever. But they work off of USB-C in the back, so it charges, I believe, the case. So you take them out, you use them, you put them back in. The case, I believe, has battery because the case glows on the front, so then it charges it. So I'll send those over to you, and I got your address, so you can't say no. It was tied up for 30 minutes. She finally untied me. Nice. Yeah, that's why I get so backed up. I don't even get to do any of these guitars. And the guitars are the ones that will probably get the views. And like my finest acting credits so far, I think, to date, in the tuner video, it's only got like 200 views. But meanwhile, I say make a video about who cares and put Phil McKnight on it, and it gets 2,000 views, which I wasn't saying who cares, but if you watch that video, you'll see what it's all about. So I need more gear. So, and here we got to the next 10: Brian Phelps, Robert Kreischer, N8 PHV, Stephen Newland, Moomy Nameless, Vinny's World, Kevin Brake, Fluid Sack, Robert HT6SY, Tim Rock, BBM. I promised to safeguard the credit card, yeah. I think you actually might not have it turned. I think you have to have it turned on, which is weird. Like you have to turn it on to accept them, I believe so. I can't music there. So I don't care. So clickbait. I mean, it's true. It does work, and I guess you could like really say that was kind of like clickbait because like you're putting in who cares, but really like the way the who cares is all capitalized, you could say it's a segment and all that good stuff. But you know, like I explained the whole thing in the beginning of it, but that's actually a good thing to do. My sort of like apology / explanation. So the first one that I did, and we discussed it here on the live stream. So I believe it's probably nobody that's watching. They probably already unsubscribed. Although I don't have an unsubscribe from that video, just had a comment that got like probably flagged for like 30 reasons from YouTube. So if you are out there and it was like one of those names and then like all the numbers. So, but it wasn't created like 2 days ago. So, but if you are watching, I just had a colonoscopy last week or 2 weeks ago. So what you wished upon me isn't going to happen this year, at least, because I got the full clear of bill of health. And I haven't seen my mother in about 20 years. So if you do, you could go do all those things to her. And so and this is probably where I'm going to lose like the other side now, but this is why I really hate talking politics, and I hate when other people bring it up that also don't necessarily have a skin in the game of the things. But so it was with the reference to Harley Benton and the whole tariff situation, and maybe like what I said too, acknowledging the comment that ended the discussion too, maybe that kind of got misconstrued. But if we could solely just look at a single policy for a moment, or like because of the emphasis of the video is about taxes, tariffs, all that good stuff. So, not saying that I agree with anything else that goes on. And if we're going to just look at this in a guitar world type of thing, and we're talking strictly one policy, um, and knocking that the person knocking that policy, saying it's not working, and that it's by an uneducated person. Yes, there's other stuff that could be different, that could be changed, could be reformed, all that good stuff. Everybody needs to come together and talk about it and work on it instead of everybody saying, I'm going to do it my way. So that's the only part I'll talk. So if we could just solely focus on the crux of what my explanation was, is that you're saying that that policy doesn't work. And the only thing that I could show is value, that there is something that is working, and I don't want to brag about it, and it doesn't mean that the other stuff that's going on should be discredited, but to say it's not working, and I don't know, I hate even bringing up the values of it, because now it sounds maybe, but again, this is my retirement. This is what, when I hit 72, that I take out from, that prolongs my life another 8 years because of inflation, and then I have to put a bullet in my head because then I can't afford to live anymore. But we're not talking small change. So I'll just come out and say it. I lost $100,000 from the last person. Within 1 year, the last week of the video, $50,000 was recuperated through economical policies that are going on. So I really hate it. This is why I totally avoid politics whatsoever. And this week alone, I have even more that has returned. So that is just my way of saying that that's proof that whatever this uneducated person that doesn't know economics somehow pulled that off. And then on top of it, all the other things that are price wise. So then the last comment was about, well, I guess human rights don't count. That's completely separate from the point that you were trying to make. And it was, to me bringing up, that's like you losing the argument and then you walking away and saying that your mom smells, like that was the equivalent of it. Like, it was like, all right, so I'm losing the battle here, so I'm going to bring up, and not saying that some people aren't affected by the whole economic thing and that whatever. I mean, so that's my best way of saying an apology. Is like, I definitely don't agree with people being treated like garbage or whatever like that, but it comes from everywhere. So, but I don't know. That's just, just me. I thought it was clever. It was like a bench video. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how long I'll keep on doing those segments, especially fetching comments like that. But it's I always liked when I used to watch Rob Chapman back in the day, and he would like just play Diablo, make a pizza, make coffee, and talk guitar stuff. So I figured the first one I did was Harley Benton, and I was just like doing the deep down dive. And then I had the workbench, excuse me, and I had that, and I was actually like, I wanted to test out my finger to see if I could like lift stuff and do stuff. So I actually had the bum finger back then too. So, but I do like the engagement. I do like when people, that's why I do these things. So like, I like that segment. I don't know what the next topic will be. And um, so if anybody wants to leave a comment in the comment section after this, what you think the next one will be. So, but and really, there's nothing like I wasn't even that stuff that was said. It's not like it affected me. It was the more of the that maybe what I said was taken out of what the context of it was meant to be. Getting a cold, yeah. The good thing is you're asleep for it. So actually, except I did have one years ago that was like only the first part of, and this is now we're going health. You're awake for it. They fill it up with air, and that's actually excruciating. Oh, that'd be cool, man. I definitely would like to see you do some stuff. I think the best thing to do is just like hit record. And do a review of strippers stripped down. I think the reality is more complicated than political platforms. Yeah, I mean, it's really something you really don't even want to touch with like a 10-foot pole, like, but and this is gonna sound like a political thing too, but like I'm not even gonna say it. Let's just get off of it. So it is true. I mean, um, it used to be a time where you have different opinions, but that's all that matters. Guitars. I don't know. They're gonna wait for 80 myself. Yeah, I mean, my statistics based on New York City's actuaries is only 13 years. So um, I guess if I make it to 56, then I'm winning. But then I'm sure eventually New York City's going to want to send a hitman after me. I'm just about every person I talk to that's in the music industry making products. The terrorists are hurting them. That, I mean, I think that is pretty true. Because I've noticed the difference in just the move alone from up there down to here. I do like here, at least here's more accepting of all sides, I believe. And I could be naive. Where I was awake for my LASIK surgery. They gave me Valium and still wasn't good enough. So, but next time I get one of those, I need to start a diet. I mean, it's definitely like you feel like that's probably the time. But for whatever reason, every time I wake up, It's like, I gotta go get pancakes. It's true. I mean, it actually, anybody that's in the Discord, um, um, I could show it, I guess. I posted this today, and I don't know. I mean, maybe I could have been insensitive, um, but I feel like if you're gonna anything you're gonna throw at me, like I'll throw back. So, but where is it? Uh, so I posted this in the Discord before. This is actually from the Phil McKnight video, which hopefully get through this crap so we can start talking about that. So this one, the Phil McKnight video, and the comment was, and I don't show this stuff for you guys to go after the person. I laughed this stuff off, as you could see. Him writing, "This was a long and pointless walk to get nowhere. Blocked." So I also wrote this too because if I was blocked, I wouldn't be able to see his comment. So I said, "Sorry, I know the route to your mama's house is faster." Like, like you were coming at me, and then but then after I still shared it in the Discord after he so he went from being tough to, I don't know, maybe trying to play a victim or whatever. But so it was, "My mama has been dead for decades. You're not funny, you're not clever, and you're not talented. Don't quit your day job, whatever that is." And I said, "Well, shit, man, you should have told me that one 2 years ago before I quit. But I thought I was blocked." Now, I was going to go on further and make another probably mama joke or something like that. But like, I have to remember sometimes too that people don't have the sick, warped mentality of a firefighter. So, because people used to make mama jokes, like, and like I don't have a good relationship with my mom. I need therapy. No, I'm fine with that. But they would try to make a mama joke, and I'd be like, yeah, for $5 you can have her, like like something like that, like there was really nothing that you could. So, but that was I thought that was funny. Like all these people that gotta come down and leave some hate. Just don't get caught between the moon and New York City. I know it's crazy, but it's true. Do they keep those clip-on tuners? I've actually seen like people in coffee houses and stuff like that, but definitely not. I liked being close, well, to work, and as the years got on, I'm like, I could deal without it. And like, no offense to anybody in New York City, but if I didn't have to fly into it, and if I didn't have to go and do like medical, physical stuff there for World Trade Center stuff, I wouldn't even go back. Um, yeah, definitely. I think the reason with the LASIK you couldn't be, but shaving my head and face on an extreme. Oh, I was awake for a lot of surgeries, but that's because I was working. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I would hope that you were awake for those surgeries. Thanks, Laz, man. Good to see you. Um, cool. All right, so we'll get right into it. Here we go. So from our poll from last week, or this week, beginning really, basically, we have, what was your favorite type of 80s metal? And 44% was glam. To me, this is like the tough one because I like it all, actually. Um, I've always had a broad range of music that I liked. I liked the controversial country, the original country, the original country, blues, rock, metal. Um, and I don't have rhythm, so I don't like dance stuff. That's the only thing. So we got Metal Church and Saxon, Van Halen, the Night Ranger, another Van Halen, Dokken, Testament, Anthrax, Slayer. So yeah, he likes the polkas. How about them boys? Motorhead. I was actually watching uh, documentaries on Lemmy yesterday. I mean, I've already seen them all, but I usually put on either two things in the morning when I wake up with the dogs is music documentaries or World War II history. And then Jim said it'd be lying if it wasn't for hair metal for me. So, and then got to go to the video. So there wasn't really too much in the Phil McKnight video. We're at 2.1 thousand. Hey, what's happening, good people? And views, or 2,100 views. 88 comments. Thanks to Fixing with Strings. It actually is a channel. If you guys want to check them out. Looks like he got 584 subscribers. Hasn't posted a long form, I think, in a little while, but does like shorts. He also commented on one of the NAMM videos too, so he was actually at NAMM. More people were asking about the bench. So far, it's so good. Rob liked the intro. This gentleman just found the channels. He loved the way he handled the situation. I mean, I think he handled it probably as best as anyone could. Definitely better than I would have, but that's because I'm a spiteful prick. I don't know if it was really. That's the thing. Like I definitely. So this is like the thing where I can't. I feel like the KDH in this instance, and not saying that I outed anything, but I feel like I have a bias towards, and not towards the outcome, because like it doesn't matter what my video does, but like some people probably think he's a shill and think he's a liar or stuff like that. Because actually somebody in here did kind of say that he was like a little bit of a snob. I followed Phil like one of the first channels ever. I remember like first starting YouTube, and it was like, whereas even like I think like Steve from Boston didn't even have a channel, and he was Pixie Licks on commenting on Tone King's stuff, and then like he started up. I think Phil was like a similar situation, but I mean, I forget because my brain's so fucking fried. But been following the man so long that he could probably punch one of my puppies, and I probably would say, hey, he's a good guy. So like, I think the whatever he says to me in the situation, and also seeing how other, and that's why I try to bring some of my experience of doing sponsored videos into it, because I could see from his angle where somebody contacting you and being like, like, and then someone saying like, hey, it's not a big deal whenever it gets done. And then you get like, to me, it was almost somewhat similar to the fact of like, you know, he says, life's busy, we understand. And then 2 weeks later, he gets a lawyer letter. It's almost as similar to the fact of the company reaching out to me and saying, hey, we see you got it. When's the video coming out? And then like 2 days later, after you told him that like life's busy, that, hey, like the video will come out when it comes out. You're not paying me for it. So, and then Jay says, I was really upping the green screen effect. So I know you probably just quick explanation, not that anybody really cares so much, but actually that was totally, you can actually really do that now so much easier. But for the people that don't have the fancy editing stuff, so now if you have Final Cut Pro, Final Cut Pro has a thing that you could do to cause a magnetic mask, where I could drag the effect onto me right now, and whatever I'm doing for like the next 4-5 minutes, whatever, however long I do, I can cut myself out of the image, and you won't see anything, and I can replace the background. So that would have been a lot easier back in the day to do it that way. They also have something on there too where it's like a scene removal mask. So if I start my camera without me in the shot here, I start my camera and the first image is just the background here without me in it, and then I come sit down, when I take that and I use that scene removal, it takes your first shot and it says anything that was in that first shot, it automatically removes. So then obviously I wasn't in the first shot. It replaced myself. The way I did that was I took my camera, put it up where my TV was, had it so I could film same daylight and everything like that, and also where I was never intruding on any other quadrants. So that's why I never walked anywhere past my wife with the towel on the head. So basically, I shot that 3 times, and had me sitting down first, and me sitting down with just and I did have underwear on in the robe, and then me walking. So you take all 3 of those, and then you stack them on top of each other in your timeline, and then so like if I was sitting over here, I would crop out the rest of this. If I was sitting over here, I'd crop out all this to the middle. So now I would split it in the line right here. So now I would have the 2 images right there. And then me walking would take that top part and crop out everything from here down so that I would have, and that's how that was really done. So, and back to actually who cares, because who really cared about that? Hoser over here said, drop the big doozy. Yeah, I mean, it is definitely, I think there's, and this is where like J-Man brings it back to that there's always 2 sides to the story. And Phil's always been transparent, so that's why I feel like there's probably really not. And you even see the other guy's letter after the fact. I don't know what possibly you would be thinking, even doing that, threatening that. Jupe's asking where the elephant was. Michael Hennessy says doesn't have much time left and has got 0 time for drama. I hear. And then Roy saying there had to be motivation on their part for something. I guess they didn't like that it was taking so long, which was interesting too, because the video was filmed and the time frame of that video of him saying fuck it, I'm sending it back, was less time than the previous videos to do the deep down dives. And the way he does them, the professional way that he is too about the whole thing, um, and his time, his money, and his effort, I think that that was more than reasonable to still have the guitar for that long. I think my speculation is that I don't know if they were at NAMM, but I think they wanted that guitar for NAMM, but they should have sent it sooner. And I don't know. That's just me guessing that they wanted it for something. They needed it back uh, because they're gonna ding up a guitar at NAMM. Because anybody that's seen these guitars that get passed along at NAMM, nobody better be selling them as full price guitars. And this definitely shouldn't have been something that if he was trying to sell after the fact, that if he was selling it as new. So that's the only thing I could speculate is why he felt like he needed it back sooner. And then Chuck's Guitar says, you suppose a small, insignificant channel like mine, companies don't send you stuff. Guitar Bob says, I think they were bluffing the lawsuit. I mean, you totally were. I think that's always what the case would be. But I think any good lawyer, and I think somebody mentioned it, any good lawyer should have said, you should probably write a correspondence first saying, hey, listen, where's my guitar? If you don't send it, I'm contacting a lawyer. But this also got me too, because as far as having things spelled out, because it didn't seem like that neither one of them, I would hope and imagine that there's some sort of contract now that Phil does, because I know smaller YouTubers that do it. I don't personally do it, but spelling out the time frame definitely should be something that's in the future. 2 months, 3 months, whatever. John from Smokier said did the right thing. And then here's the part about being a snob. And I just want to know, honestly, because I respect anybody's opinion about anybody. You obviously have your right to feel that way. He says there could be 50 versions of the same guitar, but he'll choose the big brand label, which I didn't get that one, but it's tough to talk, and that's why I like the Discord where we can have chats about things, stuff like that. But he's given budget brands like Firefly favorable ratings, stuff like that. So and then Jerry White hyped me 2,000 points. Appreciate that so much. And then Johnny Random said he thinks the company's trying to rip Phil off. Cheeto, Phil's respected, genuinely good dude. I mean, that's why I feel about him. I mean, TR says Phil's the best. Belltone screwed. I think they definitely did. And then Chris talking about the letter and the letter from sent to Phil's wife and the lawyer are two totally different things. Definitely. And I think a lot of stuff could have probably been cleared up too about their could have been resolved by his rebuttal letter, at least. Instead it was almost like doubling down. And then you got Budge from Budget Pedal Chap. If you guys don't check out that channel, it's awesome, good stuff. Heard there was another issues with Belltone that got ripped off, so they might have had some sort of shell shock. But I think again, with Phil, you really know what you're getting. So, but and Jim said he never has gotten shady vibes from him. David said he didn't know Phil was so evil. Yeah, I didn't know so either. And Tony Yeager was saying, I don't know how much longer Bell Tone will be around. I hope he doesn't care about anyone who drops boxes. So Salty cream puff, one of the dumbest things ever. Jason saying I could sure as heck won't. I mean, I wouldn't buy one either. So. And then let's see. We went back and forth with this, and not respectfully, because if you don't come at me like a douche like this, saying this was long and pointless and a walk to get to nowhere, blocked. And obviously not blocked because I could still see his stuff. So then I guess this play authentic. He said he was rude to him, and then somebody else like jumped in here and like said he ignored you, you poor thing. Like, I mean, that's like Jesus. I think that's worse than this douchebag up here, like going into somebody else's comment section and then going after somebody else. Like, be honest, like I maybe glance over comments and I only look to see maybe if there's somebody there that I know, but like I ain't, and I just realized that the screen was tiny, so, and you guys didn't see any of that. What a bonehead. And now we're 17 minutes in the chat. Try to scroll through fast as possible because it's getting late. Good thing I don't have any pictures to show tonight. So, but hey, Wayne, good to see you, man. Truthfully, a lot of stuff to disturb my parents. Yeah, I mean, my dad like had like a not a come to Jesus moment, but like he became like extremely like religious, and he he wouldn't even like want me to listen to things like Metallica or anything like that. Now he'd be rolling in his grave over wet ass pussy. The song, I mean. If I did a big job, we're in agreement. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the key is like, if there's gonna be money exchanging over hands, definitely you have to spell it out. So definitely communication would have definitely. Yeah, I kind of caught that one in the middle of the stream, so I didn't get to watch it all. So, hey, man, good to see you. I never even looked the price of the guitars. I only looked to see their YouTube channel only has 187 subscribers. Cool. All right, we're all caught up. I thought that was going to take a lot longer. So let's lighten up the room a little bit, and we're gonna do. So unfortunately, you can't opt out for one, so and do the other. So we're get in now, and the first one we're gonna do is obviously the first place prize. We're gonna do the Lakato pedal board, but this is gonna be for everybody for the Lakato, the Um, there we go. All right, names started coming. Sorry, I wasn't seeing names coming in first. So type in hashtag SFT for a Lakato pedal board, a Joyo 2 power supply, and a crappy searching for tone hat. And again, I'll try to find some of the leads or whatever you call these things for the power supply. I don't know if I'll have the exact ones. And the pedal board, I don't know where in this mess the Velcro is. If I can find some, because it's obviously it's only the back part. Because the pedal board comes like that. It comes with the felty side on the bottom. So hey, Fistcuffer, good to see you. And all this stuff is North America too. So if you are looking to get in, because if you do, for whatever reason, want to get in on any of this stuff overseas, we just have to do the whole shipping thing and you sure? I mean, you're in, right? You typed it in, right? So you could you can gift it to somebody else if you want. Who knows? Maybe you'll come in third place and you'll get the cool hat. Hey, Greasy, good to see you. Just popped in. Perfect timing. We're giving away. I can't make myself bigger in the screen, but if you scroll back, if you're on a computer, you could see. But let's try to. Comes with a little gig bag, but you might have seen this in videos before. This pedal board is the first up. The power supply. And then third place winner, searching for tone hat. Hey, Wacky Woogie, good to see you, man. Hope all's well with you. Oh, man, appreciate that. Thank you so much. And I don't really push the merch stuff. I just put it out there in case somebody wants it. But I had intended on someday, if the Patreon tiers ever like really take off and pop off, any extra I would have like put towards merch and done giveaways and stuff like that. So I think we got everybody in. Give it a couple more seconds. Just look at this, see if I see. I think it does the order. No worries, Brian. I sometimes triple stream, so I think we got everybody in this one. So Yep. Started back in the beginning again. I saw the last one, so let's start it off. The first one up, getting the pedal board. Linda, congratulations. If you could just email me at searchingfortone@gmail.com. Let me know that it's you and your address. Get that out to you. Now, next up is the power supply. We got Blue Mox. Chris, would you like the power supply or do you want to swap it for the hat? I don't know. You'll take that? Cool. Awesome. Power supply. Paddleboard. Mics. Gotta make sure I get that Chris. And then the last one. You'll take the hat instead? There we go. All right. Thanks, man. So now this one will be for the power supply then. There we go. Brian Phelps. There you go, man. Congratulations. Jump back in the chat over here. Yeah, cool. All right. Brian's big winner. Won over at Music and Gears channel Saturday night. You guys didn't know. Avery gave away a guitar, so I appreciate all of the winners and all of the other peoples out there that all entered. Come in tonight and listen to me blab around. And I completely forgot to mention that, like always, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share with your friends, share with your enemies. And that's probably a good time, I think, to wrap it up. But yeah, we'll be doing the newbie video tomorrow and hopefully the jet video on Saturday. But I appreciate all you popping in. Thank you guys so much for your crazy ass donations, and we'll get some more guitars coming in too. So appreciate you all.